Welcome dear student. Today our topic is plants, structure and function, and this lesson is for class 7 and this is part 2 video of this lesson. For part 1 video of this lesson, just go through description box, you will get the link. So let's start. Okay, so student, in this video we shall study about stem, leaves, flower and fruit. So detail about all these four structure of plants. Let's study. Okay, so student, first part is a stem. So what is a stem? Stem grows above the soil from the plumule of the sprouting seed, and this is a plumule. We have studied in our previous video that that plumule grows into a plant and radicle it continues as a root. Okay, and student, this is a bud and there are nodes on the stem. So what are nodes? So basically you can observe the two constricted region. These are the nodes. Okay, so these are the nodes. So as a sprout grows, the length of the stem gradually increases too, and there are nodes on the stem and leaves come out at the nodes. So at the nodes of the stem, leaves are coming out from the nodes, and the part of a stem between two nodes, it's called as the internode. So what are the internodes? The part of a plum, the part of the stem between the two nodes are called as a internode, and the tip or the apical end of the stem is called as a bud. So this is a growing bud, growing end or a bud, and this is the apical part of a plant. So this is all about stem. Okay, so our next topic is leaves. So what are the leaves? Leaves grow from the nodes on a stem. Okay, so we have in a previous slide we have seen what are the stem. So nodes are a constricted region on the stem, and from these nodes leaves are growing or arising. Okay, so student, leaves are generally thin, flat and green in color. So they are green in color. Why? Because they have to perform photosynthesis and they have a pigment chlorophyll. That's why the color of a leaf is green in color. Okay, so this is a structure or part of a leaf, and the broad spread out part of the leaf is called as a leaf blade or lamina. So basically what is lamina? This is a broad and spread out part of a leaf. It is called as a lamina. That is, this is a basic part of a leaf, and its edges of the leaf are called as a leaf margin. So I have spotted with a red color the margin of a leaf. So this is called as a margin. That means edges of a leaf are called as a leaf margin, and this is a apex top part of the leaf. This is called as a leaf apex. And student, it may be tapering, pointed or rounding. That means there are different kinds of different shapes of the leaf are there. That is, it may be tapering, apex part may be tapering, it may be pointed or it may be rounded. So student, leaves of some plants have a stalk called as a petiole. So leaf of a stalk of a leaf is called as a petiole. It is a stem like structure, and the petiole is a structure by which the leaf is joined to the stem, and the portion of the leaf attached to the stem is called as a leaf base. So this is a leaf base, and a small leaf like structure may be present near the leaf base, and these are called as a stipules. Okay, so what are the stipules? These are the small leaf like structure that are present near the leaf base. And what is the leaf base? This is a portion of the leaf attached to the stem. This is called as a leaf base. So student, this is about the basic structure of a leaf or basic part of a leaf. Okay, now next, these are the different kinds of a leaf, different kinds of a margin or leaf margin, that is entire margin, and next is a toothed margin or branches like, and third is a lobed margin. You can observe the three different types of a margin of a leaf. And leaves of some plants have a single undivided leaf blade and a single midrib. Okay, so whenever there is leaf of a plant have a single undivided leaf blade and a single midrib, such leaves are called as a simple kind of leaf. So there are main midrib is there, and then veins are there. So this is a simple kind of a leaf, and it is also called as single lamina. Okay, and next kind of a leaf is the leaf blade of leaves in some plant is divided into many small parts like are called as a leaflets, and these leaflets are called as a compound leaf. So here you can observe the difference between simple leaf and compound leaf. So what are the simple leaf? In which the Plants have a single undivided leaf blade and a single midrib is present. This is called as a simple leaf. And whereas compound leaf, the leaves are in some plants are divided into many small parts or little leaflets. These are called as a compound leaf. So these are the two basic types of a leaf, that is simple leaf and compound leaf. Okay, now different types of a leaf. So there are different types of a leaf you can observe. So in different plants, the arrangement of a leaves on the stem is different, and it may be alternate, opposite, whorled, spiral, etc. And according to the shape, leaves are rounded, that is ovate, palmate, and lanceolate, and linear, etc. So here there are different kinds of a leaf, that is alternate leaves, then here decussate and opposite. Okay, and this is a whorl. That means arrangement of a leaves on the stems are different. So on the basis of this arrangement, the leaves are divided into different parts. Okay, now next is the types of a leaf venation. Okay, now we have seen the types of a leaves on the basis of a margin, then types of a leaves on the basis of their attachment to the stem. So this is a type of a leaf on the basis of a venation. That means on the basis of a arrangement of veins which are present on the leaf. So what are this? So this is a people leaf. So this people leaf is divided into two equal parts by a single mid vein which lies along the midline of the leaf blade, and this is a midrib, and secondary veins are arises from the mid vein. So these are the secondary veins which are arising from the mid veins, and they are branched and form a network of or reticulum, and thus the people leaf blade has reticulate venation. So student, what is reticulate venation? When in this type of a leaf, when there is a midrib in between, and the midrib is considered as a primary vein, and then from that mid vein many secondary veins are arising. So they will form a network or reticulum, or we can say a branches of veins. So this is called as a reticulate venation. So in people leaf we have reticulate venation. So reticulate venation in people leaf. Now next kind of a venation is in leaves of a maize, all the veins are parallel. The veins are arranged in a parallel manner and running from the leaf base to the leaf apex. So this is a corn or maize. So here you can observe the parallel venation, and the maize leaf blade has parallel venation. That means there is no midrib, only the veins are arranged in a parallel manner. So these are called as a parallel venation in maize. Okay, now next is the structural and functional unit of a plant, that is flower. So let's study about flower. Okay, so what is flower? So student, flowers may have a long or short stalk called as a pedicel. So this is a vertical section of a hibiscus flower. You can observe the stalk like structure. This is called as a pedicel. Okay, and student, one end of the pedicel is attached to the stem and the other end of the pedicel is expanded and swollen. You can observe this is attached to the stem, and next is a swollen structure. So this swollen structure is called as a receptacle, and petals and other parts of a flowers are supported on the receptacles. That means various parts like calyx, corolla, these are the different parts of a flower which are supported by the receptacle. And next is petals and other parts of the flower are, these are the petals which are brightly colored part of a flower. So petals and other parts of the flower are supported on the receptacle, and calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium are different parts of a flower. So let's understand about these four parts of a flower. Okay, now student, first is here again a vertical section of a hibiscus flower. Now first let us understand about the calyx. So what is calyx? So you can observe here calyx, a green color part, green is small leaf type. No, it is not a leaf, but it is a green color supportive part of a flower. Okay, so in the bud condition, the petals are covered by leaf parts called as the sepals, which are green in color. Okay, so these are green in color and they form the calyx. And next is the corolla. Now this is made up of a colorful parts called as a petal. So petals are brightly colored just to get the attraction of the pollinating agent. Now what are the pollinating agent? We will understand, discuss it later. Okay, now these are the corolla. And androecium. Androecium, this is a male reproductive part of the flower, and it consists of a stamen, and each stamen is made up of an anther. So this is a anther, yellow colored anther, and the filament, dark pinkish filament is called as a filament, okay, of androecium. Now next is a gynoecium. So as androecium is a male reproductive part, gynoecium is the female reproductive part of a flower, and this is made up of a carpels, and a carpel consists of a stigma. So sorry, this is a ovary, which is ovary is present at the base of a flower. This is a swollen or bulging part of a flower. This is called as a ovary. And next is a hollow style, and at the apex part it has a stigma. So stigma form important function for the pollination, okay. So anther will fall upon the stigma, and then they will form the gamete and all. So it is a reproductive kind of a part, that is androecium and gynoecium. So this is all about the 4 important parts of a flower: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. Okay, now student, here I have mentioned this is a structure of an anther, and this is a structure of an ovary. So you can observe the apex part of the male reproductive part is called as anther, and it has a downward filamentous body, okay. And when we cut the section of a anther, it contains, you can observe the pollen sacs, and inside the pollen sac pollen grains are present, okay. So pollen grains perform important function in the pollination process, okay. Now alongside you can observe the structure of ovary, in which you can see here the 3 cells are there, and when they will go inside, these are the male cells, and when they will go inside the ovary, they will perform the function of a fertilization, okay. So this is a structure of a ovary. So inside the ovary we have pollen tube, from which the cells will go into the ovary. Then ovules are present inside the ovary, and in the each ovules embryo sac is present, then the ovary wall. So these all are the different parts of a ovary and structure. Now let's go further. Okay, now pollination. So what is pollination? So student, after maturity anthers burst, okay. So I have shown the structure of anther in previous slide. So after maturity anther will burst open, and the pollen grains which are present into the anther are released and fall on the stigma of a flower. So they will fall on the stigma of a flower, and this process is called as a pollination. And from the stigma of a flower they will go into the they will transfer by the style, and then further they will enter into the ovary, then ovule, then the complete function of a fertilization will be continued. Okay, so due to the pollination, ovules or egg cells in the ovary get fertilized by the another cell. So fertilized ovules from the seeds, and the ovary develops into a fruit. Okay, now next is the fruit. So student, we eat many different types of fruits, and each type of fruit has its own characteristic, and there are variations in their shapes, color, taste. So there are different kinds of fruits, okay. And here you can observe the mango contains only one seed, and whereas jackfruit contains of many small fruitlets, and each with its own seeds. So there are different kinds of a structure of a seed, types of a seeds are present, and different kinds of fruits are present. So student, when the seeds which get divided, so the seed of a fruit which get divided into 2 equal parts are called as a dicotyledonous dicotyledonous seeds. But when the seeds which do not divide into 2 equal parts, that means it contain only one part, are called as a monocotyledonous seeds, okay. So there are 2 kinds of a seed, that is dicotyledonous seeds, and second is a monocotyledonous seeds. Now here I have put a picture for to understand. So this is a monocot, in which the seed cannot be divided into 2 parts. So single cotyledon, and dicot seed means the seed which can be divided into 2 equal parts. This is called as a 2 cotyledonous seeds or plant. So student, this is one of my favorite fruit, strawberry. It contains you can observe the different seeds in many seeds in a strawberry, okay. And the seeds of a type of a seeds of a strawberry is again a dicotyledonous seed. So student, I hope you all have understood this lesson very well. Thank you.